was on the rifle team in high school, so I'm able to, shoot it pretty accurately. And although as I
Right.
get older, I can't hold quite as steady, but I
Yeah.
being reloading, I was able to work up a load for my 270, my 30-06 bolt to put 3 shots in the same hole.
Wow.
At the
Yeah.
indoor range, shooting off a bag,
Uh-huh.
it wasn't all locked down. It was just shooting off bags, so I still had to do everything else. But that's why I reload.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So I
was
have the
never good.
accuracy and ammo. With a bow, you're just starting. It might
Yeah,
take you a
exactly.
week to figure out how to get close enough with a bow, and uh,
Yeah.
and then some of the rifle hunters don't understand what it really takes to bow hunt, and then once they convert over to doing archery as well, they find out
Yeah. Yeah, and I
most
think that's the responsibility of the archer themselves to know what you're to know what you're capable of and to because I mean at the end of the day, you want a clean harvest. You want to be
right.
able to harvest that animal, to kill that animal as fast as possible with causing the least amount of stress to the animal. And it comes down to, it comes down to your training, I find. If you practice, if your eyesight's good, I'm getting a little older too, and mine is starting to deteriorate as well. But if you're comfortable shooting at 100 yards, then for you, your maximum might be 70 yards, right? Find if anything sub 50, man, I'm a little too close to the animal. I'm a little too loud, and I feel I start to get real freaked out because once you get sub 50 it takes the smallest amount of movement or breathing or anything, right? Drawing back on your bow too hard. And especially when you're hunting whitetails, man, they're likely to spook and bump or jump. And I've blown a lot of stalks by getting too close to them. One of the hardest parts is putting yourself in a position where you're going to be able to harvest the animal. And that was one of the hard things I learned about when it came to bow hunting. Yeah, I'd be calling elk in, no problem. They'd come in, but I wouldn't have a lane to shoot them. Or I'd try to force a lane, not knowing my arrow path, and all of a sudden I'd hit a branch and spook the elk to two ridges over. And so that was one of the things that one of the hardships I had to learn too. And it really is. You really have to pay attention to these and you really have to practice these to really hone your craft as a bow hunter. And that's one of the nice things. Like I kind of feel blessed to hunt in the area I am. I mean, it does definitely you have its challenges. You got to be in physically good shape. So, I train a lot and it's just all these little things that I do throughout the year, like shooting my bow every day and staying in shape and those are the things I can control. These things I can control every day.